swatch the glasses out here. Hey everybody, good afternoon. Meteorologist Nick Stewart tuning in. We're tracking a few strong storms along the Florida Space Coast today. We're looking at storm number 1. Going here. It's hot in here. Alright, so if you were tuned in a few days ago for our early setup, we've changed things a little bit. So we're using a different camera. We have, in theory, a better setup than we had the other day. This is what I'm going to call my quick and dirty setup guide. Get my location on there, we should be good to go. So we're tracking that storm right around the Titusville area. We might bounce around a little bit today, we shall see. Right now we got this storm that's kind of blown up pretty good here. Yeah, we're going to try and get some spoots. I think that's a good thing to do today. Little spoot action, possibly. We got some sea breeze collisions going on. Those are always kind of interesting. You truly never know what might happen. Florida's a magical place where stupid things happen. You got sea breeze, boundaries, outflow boundaries, all sorts of stuff going on today. And we do have a decent amount of instability in place today as well. So we'll see how things develop here. But you're looking at the base of the storm that's developing right now. Right around the Titusville area. I'm going to go north this little neighborhood here. We should have a good view over the water. I think we'll be able to try and see maybe what's all happening there. Right now we're also doing a lot of testing of the live stream for my chasing trip coming up in May, just making sure everything works. See, we got a little bit of scud going on there, nice CG. I don't know if you're able to see that. That would have been just to the right of the frame, not too sure. It was a nice CG there. Moment. A little bit, get past a few of these houses and kind of see how things look. Picture and audio look good. Fantastic, Rifter. Thank you very much for that report. It's always much appreciated. You can see a big old core of the storm over there. That's for certain. Yeah, this kind of little bassy area trying to develop. What do you think? Stop here, maybe. Stop here and just kind of see how things do. I kind of want a good view of the storm. Let me, I'm gonna actually go back a little bit. Had a better view, I think, back there. A lot more houses up here than I thought. Yeah, let me go back just a hair. going to get my 360 roof cam, I think, set up to test that. So for the time being, you can't see the storm behind me. But once I set up a few different things, I'll be able to drive and basically always able to have a view of the storm. I did bring the 360 cam with me today, so we'll try that out. What we'll do is we'll go in here. Storm here. I'm gonna let this car that's coming pass by me real quick. A nice little CG there. Again, just gonna let this car pass real quick. Get a better view of the storm. Base area and frame there. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can make happen today. We are under a sliggit risk, a level 2 of 5. Slight risk. Not the most exciting severe weather setup today, but it is something, right? We'll take what we can get. Open up the windows here. Nice CG just off to the right. A little bit more left here. The left side of the storm is pretty much like anchored onto the sea breeze right now. And so anytime you kind of get these boundary interactions, you might be able to get some weird shenanigans happening. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for here. Maybe a nice little water spout over like the river. That would be kind of ideal. So we're going to be testing a few things right now. I do have dual internet. I got that set up right now. We're testing that out to make sure that all works. New Verizon plan. Just want to make sure that all works. Of course, we still have SpaceX Starlink internet running. So I want to make sure that is running as well. And so far we're pulling basically dual, same speeds on both, split across both. This appears to be the main storm for the time being. Hello, Alina Koopa. Welcome. Hope you're having a great evening. We're sitting pretty here in live sunny Florida. Should I get the 360 camera out on the roof to test that out to make sure that all works? I don't have my switcher with me. I did forget to bring that today. Just in case I have to chase bag today. I did not bring that. Yeah, let me put the roof cam on just to make sure that all works and all the scenes are working. Stand by one, guys. Gonna pop in the trunk, set that up. Oh, not the dinging, I'm sorry. There we go. what we got here. You can see it's still kind of building pretty good there on the left side. I don't want to zoom in on it though, because we're getting some, every once in a while, some pretty good clouded ground lightning strikes here on the right. So I kind of want to keep both areas of interest in frame right now. Let me turn on studio mode. Let me see if the roof cam's gonna work for me. Sometimes it wants to work, sometimes it doesn't. Let's do hotspot time. No, not that. I want. There we go. That camera, is that working? I think I just killed this camera. Hold on. I think I just killed that camera. Whoops. DSLR clean. Integrate camera. Then let me do hotspot. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of a hiccup there. Nice CG there. I don't know if you saw that. Looking pretty good. I don't know what's going to happen today. Today's one of those weird days where, like, yeah, maybe we'll get something to happen, or absolutely nothing will. I don't know. Let me just check the roof cam real quick. Let me see if I can pan left, pan right, pan up, pan down. All right, so we are in business. That camera works. It's a lower quality camera, as you can see, but I have full motion on the roof of the car. So as we're driving, in a certain direction away from the storm or something like that, we can still keep eyes on it. Zoom in maybe a little bit here just to kind of see what we're looking at. See just some low clouds developing there. I don't know if it's just some scud rising in there, if it's like a outflow shelf cloud trying to develop. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there yet. Give it a little bit more time. Not a bad looking little storm so far. Corey's my homie. I know you're replying to another comment for that. I don't know why that cracked me up. Nice CG there. Ah, yes. We're getting a lot of CGs right in there. Maybe we should just zoom in here real quick, just kind of see if we get any good CGs. Popping off right in here. Right there. Yeah, see? Look at that. Keep an eye elsewhere. If we start seeing some more CGs, I'll zoom out again. But that seems to be kind of the hot spot for some clouded ground lightning strikes right now. Very nice. Just start rolling on this. Not a bad idea to get a little bit of lightning activity. Whoop, sorry about that. Autofocus is both like amazing and terrible at the same time. It's kind of amazing how that works out. I was looking at that little cloud there, but I think what we're looking at here is like this is actually the whole base right here. Now that we kind of are starting to see the storm kind of develop more, like this whole area here is kind of the base. That was a cool little lightning strike. I wish I had like a nice spot right on the water to look. Wow, this thing is just pumping out CGs like crazy now. Let's go. Nick's my homie too. His only fan. Help. Ooh, wow. That was a whole bunch of CGs there. I don't know if I want to be on a boat when you're talking about this much cloud to ground lightning strikes, though. It kind of freaks me out. Lightning terrifies me. It really does. Like, whenever I'm on, like, a chasing trip, like, a lot of people get out of the car and photograph lightning. I don't mess with that. I like just staying in the car, in my Faraday cage, safe from any death rays from the storm. Maybe a little. Yeah, it's a lot of cloud to ground lightning. I'm still not really sure what that little cloud is doing at the bottom. Is that just like a huge area of scud that like developed and is kind of like getting sucked towards the... I don't know what... That's like a really weird cloud feature. It's very strange. Meanwhile, I got this developing out here. I don't know what is that? Oh, it's like developing on, that's developing on the sea breeze. It's like like an appendage way out west from this thing. That like developed rapidly in the last couple of minutes. I'm curious if I need to... I can go up to 50. Wow, that is some impressive stuff. Yeah, Pearly was just mentioning kind of what I was looking at there is like the far... Look at that CG shot of it. Wow. It seems like it kind of attached to the the sea breeze way out west, and it does appear to be some type of wall cloud there. Hello. Let me zoom out just a tad. That's an interesting little feature right in the middle of there, too. That's an intense lightning strike just off to the right of the camera. I can't spot any rotation, but there's certainly a lot of rising scud in there. Let me think about this. I could take... this highway west. The problem is I'm going to have to drive through a lot of areas that are not very good visibility. I almost wonder if I should just wait for it. I have a decent view here. Hard to spot any rotation, but that is certainly a very interesting area. Had like one or two frames on radar reflectivity that were pretty suspicious. I don't. Trying to get an updated. There are many tornadoes in Florida? Great question, Christy. If you if you're interested, you can look back at some of my storm chasing adventures. Last year, several tornadoes in Florida, including Hurricane Milton, which had over 40 in one day. You'll see there's a lot of cloud to ground lightning activity in that. What an interesting little area. It's like attached to the sea breeze northwest of Titusville. And it's I mean, I would definitely call that a wall cloud. I don't know if it's rotating, but it's very fascinating the way this whole storm has kind of evolved here. Let me back up a little bit, just to kind of get a bit of a better view. That'll work. Get a little bit over the tree line. It looks like it's weakening. Doesn't look quite as robust. I think it might have separated from the sea breeze, but when it was attached to the sea breeze, it got really, really interesting there for a minute. But it looks like it's detached now from the sea breeze, and you're starting to see it weaken considerably. But that was a pretty interesting little attachment there. Still is a little interesting. Here's kind of the whole storm as it looks right now. The big old core to the right, that's over towards Kennedy Space Center. You're looking over the Indian River there is on the right. And the far left is kind of that area of interest where like the far western edge of the storm is kind of like attached to the sea breeze. I think it might have separated and therefore it has weakened. But that looked rather suspicious there for a little bit. That area is likely very close to MIMS. We're a pretty decent distance away from it. We're at the Tycho airport, so a pretty decent distance away. But that was a very interesting little storm there. They have issued a special marine warning. So penny-sized hail and winds around 35 miles an hour. You can still see the immense amount of lightning in that. Starting to lose a little bit of contrast in there. What do you think? Go up to Titusville and then maybe follow it eastward across the Indian River? It looks like it might be trying to get a little interesting on this new area right over here. Sorry for that jarring movement there. So that was the area preliminary that attached to the sea breeze. Now we're kind of looking away from the sea breeze again. Let's go north. We're gonna pop north and we're gonna go up to Titusville and then we'll cross the Indian River as needed. So let's go for a little drive, shall we? Nope, I lost that camera. That's unfortunate. Why did I lose that camera? Go. I don't know why I lose that camera every time I switch to it. Flying is for droids. This camera just does not want to work for me. I don't get it. Now I don't even see it. So I'm doing a little bit of troubleshooting here. I'm having some issues. This camera wanted to stop working for me. But we'll get there. And it just stopped working again for me. What is going on with this camera? This camera worked so well for so long, and then it just started randomly giving me issues. And I don't know why. It was such a good camera for so long. Close the program. Okay, we might be back. So I was looking at the storm back there. Looks like we lost connection again. I hate this stupid thing. Oh my gosh. Alright, whatever. We're gonna go north here. We're gonna go on US 1 north. We're gonna go up to Titusville. I don't know why the camera's not working. It seems like as it's moving, it just doesn't want to work anymore. I don't understand what's going on with it. What's interesting is it only seems to work or stop working when I use the app to control the camera. So what's even the point of the app if you can't control the camera properly? Great question. I don't know. got this storm. We have another storm that's developing just off to the west. So, like, it's weird because, like, when I don't use the app, and I have the app shut down right now to control the camera, it's working clearly fine. But it's when I, like, start using the app to move the camera, which is what it's designed to do, it's like, nah, I don't want to work. Whatever. See, we're getting some decent views of this storm now as we're coming to Titusville, south side of Titusville. Now, the only cable is a single USB cable. It's not an issue with the cable, as far as I can tell anyway. Maybe there is somewhere else, but at least here, as far as I can tell, it should be fine. Could just get a view from one of the waterfront views here, but I think I kind of want to get up in it. What do you guys want? Do you guys want a view of the storm, or do you want to kind of get real up close and personal with it? It's still kicking out a lot of CGs. There's a park right up here I could park and just get a kind of view of the water on the water, but we have another storm coming in from the west. Bit of a mess out here. See, the amount of lightning is very intense. Looks like we're going to get a bit of a kind of collision between these two storms. A little merger. Yeah, the possible water spout, we're going to try. We're going to see what happens. Right now, they on the special marine warning, they don't mention water spout directly. See the amount of lightning. Looks like it's lifting east of Titusville, so I think I can get a good view of it up north, even up by Titusville. Any chance of a water spout? Anytime you have these like sea breeze things, there's always a chance. I think it's very, very low, in part because the sea breeze did kick out pretty far west. I am a little curious if the storm coming in from the west might be pushing the sea breeze boundary farther east. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. We're also going to get some, weird boundary things, and I don't know. There's a little bit of sussy activity up here. Yeah, it looks like wall cloud over the water. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's just to the right of the road. There's some kind of weird shenanigans going on over there. Let's kind of zoom in for you guys. If we get a good view, you might be able to see something. A lot of power lines, trees, and buildings as we're right in the water. But we're going to have a good view over the water here in a little bit. Hopefully I can get there before the next storm comes and collides and ruins everything. But that does look pretty suspicious, I will say, right there. You can kind of make it out between the trees and the power lines. Might be like a little bit of an inflow tail there on the left, potentially. lightning activity continues to be very high end. Problem is, this storm is really quickly approaching from the west. Sussy, you know, suspicious, a little sussy. When these storms merge, I don't know what's going to happen after that. The problem is, at that point, it might be too far east, and it might be kind of over the open waters of the Atlantic. I don't really know what will happen at that point. In theory, I could take us all the way to Playa Linda Beach if I really wanted to. With Starlink, we should be able to continue to get a good stream out there. Heavy rain could be a problem in that, but we'll give it a shot. Zoom out. See the dark skies there off to the right side. Oh, the new radar scope update is kind of buggy. I'm getting like the velocity scans, I feel like for me, don't really come in when they should. Decided to hit his brakes if he isn't going to turn, but okay. You do you, dog. I'm trying to decide if I want to stay on this side of the river, if I want to go to the other side of the river. I might stay on this side of the river, because if I get over there, I'm not going to really be able to see anything. Yeah, okay, we'll stay on this side of the river. I use radar scope primarily. That's like my driver for like 90% of what I do. I will use GR level, typically GR level 3, if I'm chasing. Problem with GR2, it's great for like just at-home analysis and armchair chasing, but it's really data intensive. There we go. Alright, we'll stay on this side of the river. We'll kind of take a little peek and see what this thing wants to do over here. That's a pretty dramatic sky right there, eh? We are running Starlink and Verizon, so we shouldn't have any dropouts here. We should be good in the rain. I'm going to go over here, and I believe I can get right on the water. Watch out, squirrels. Watch out, dudes. It'd be a good time to try and get some good clouded ground lightning strikes. Daytime bolts over the bridge. Weather-wise, I have started kind of playing with weather-wise a little bit. I got to get really, really used to it before I start using it as like a driver for storm chasing. Oh, my laptop's about to die. Whoops, I gotta get, thingy plugged in. I didn't realize my inverter wasn't plugged in. Alright, I gotta now figure out why my roof camera isn't working. Okay. Let's see if I can get this camera to work. Deactivate, activate. Alright, it seems to want to work for now. That's exciting. Yeah, we're starting to get all sorts of cell merger chaos happening here. So we got this storm that we're watching off to the east, now heading over towards Playa Linda Beach and such. And then we have another cell that's developing just off to my west, about to run us over here. Not with this particular storm. There's a severe thunderstorm warning off to my north. This particular one I don't believe is currently warned. I'm not worried about being safe. We're perfectly safe here. We're all good. I'm not getting out of the car because of lightning. Yeah, we got a pretty good distance away between us and the water too. Unless there's like a mini tsunami coming, we'll be good. I got Stormy for that. Stormy the storm chasing corgi will be barking at the clouds for me. Lamont, probably not. The odds of tornadoes, especially now that things are kind of turning messy and all sorts of merger chaos, pretty darn low. I am kind of curious what will happen with this cell that's coming in from the west once it kind of figures out what it wants to do. I'm not sure at this point where like the sea breeze boundary is. I don't know if it's just completely dead and dunzo somewhere. So you're watching this storm off to the east, and then we're watching this looking north right now. This will be the cell that's kind of merging with, again, the one coming in from the east, which is this one. Yeah, tornadoes are finicky beasts, especially again in Florida. I mean, you get all sorts of weirdness here with like boundary collisions and whatnot. I mean, I've seen nothing on high-risk days in Oklahoma last year. I mean, it happens. It definitely happens. I might go across the waterway here. That way I can get a better view to the north. I don't really see anything out that way, but that's kind of where I would be looking at this point in time. I can't really help you with weather in the EU. Cannot really help you with that. That's, I guess Brexit happens. You're not in the EU, but whatever. Rip that. I can't help you with that. Don't know weather apps in Europe, sorry. I keep hearing a lot of noise about that weather app, or WeatherWise. There's another one that just came out fairly recently, too. I don't think it's a free one, though. Is it Weatherfront? Is that what it's called? I'm trying to remember what that one is called. I think it's Weatherfront. Kind of see the water is getting a little bit more turbulent. Yeah, this is just turning into chaos. There's just so much cell merger activity happening right now. Start seeing the sun peek out on the northern side of things, northwestern side of things. See the sun's peeking out. We might get a little bit of a rainbow here. We might be on rainbow watch as the sun's peeking out. Nah, the winds aren't particularly strong here, Pearly, so not expecting giant waves here. Hunting for the rainbow, guys. Oh, you can see it now. There it is. We're back. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Talk about a shot. Oh my goodness. You're gonna lose actually, let me just pop this camera real quick. I gotta get a few still frames just for the memes. Ah. Alright, sorry about that. Had to get some still frames of the rainbow. Let me angle my car a little bit better here. Give me 1 second. Oh, yes. Is the surprise the rainbow that we've been looking for this whole time? The wide-angle roof cam is able to show the whole arc here. What a beaut! Well, I mean, you know, rainbow intercept. It's about as best as we can do here. I got a rain jacket I'm going to throw on real quick. Where's my jacket? Is it back here? Alright, I'm testing that. How did that camera look, guys? Did that look okay? That was another camera I'm testing for my live streaming here. I want to be able to kind of get out of the car and kind of show you stuff. So that's kind of the goal of that camera. Might have a TBSS in Sanford. Beautiful rainbow. Yeah, we got a little rainbow action. Let's take a look at the Sanford cell. Yeah, I got a little uptick in reflectivity there. Yeah, very clear. All right, very good, Pearly. Thank you so much for that. I was having issues with it the other day, and I realized the problem was it was locked to like a certain resolution or something. I don't know. It's very weird. interesting is like the auto stabilization on my DSLR that you're looking at right now is like trying to compensate for like the waves, it looks like. Very interesting. I'm not sure what's going on there. Alright, well, okay, the rainbow is still kind of hanging on here on the right side of things. I'm gonna try and assess if it's worth going after this stuff to my east or not. Directly behind. Alright, let's see what we got here. Trying to figure out if there's another play. Yeah, that northern cell, like way up north, looks pretty darn good. Sanford storm is heading towards Oak Hill. Yep. Decent little. I'm just curious if that environment's going to get too worked over. I'm not sure, but you know what the saying goes, any engagement is good engagement. I'm just kind of letting it cook. Chat, do I ban him? Do I get him out of here? I'm trying to see if it's going to give us any more structure. It might be trying to. Let me adjust Alright, I see a yes. Get him out. Alright, he gone. Get him out. Alright, so we're looking at this little funny business off to the north. Alexis, hello. Welcome. Outflow clouds. You can kind of see the white caps on the river now. Getting some stronger outflow winds from this storm. Looks pretty outflow pretty much everywhere on this cell. Yeah. The problem too with the one coming from Sanford is that it's kind of coming into overworked air because all these storms already kind of rolled through. Yeah, those outflow winds are certainly picking up. North Miami. Hello, Joshua. Pretty good wave action here. Yeah, certainly got a little ominous. Ominous. There we go. Ominous skies. See some strong outflow winds. Ontario, Canada. Hello, friends to the north. And I want to really stress friends to the north. Get a wider shot of how things are evolving here. Oh, we got Vancouver. I went to Vancouver, I want to say it was 2019. Absolutely loved it. It's an absolutely beautiful time. I loved my time in Vancouver. We did a Seattle-Vancouver trip. So we did some hiking in Mount Rainier, and then played around in Seattle, went to Vancouver for a day. Great time. I forget what the festival was there, but there were like a bunch of fireworks in Vancouver. I'm trying to remember what that event was. It was a huge fireworks show. Heard bad stuff about Vancouver. Hi, Bauer. I appreciate it, but I only have one. And quite frankly, I don't know what to do with that. I can do it pretty easily here from my laptop, so I traditionally don't really need them. They do come in handy, though. On the bigger days, I have my mod on here usually. What do you think the cell's trying to do up north? It's kind of doing some funny business. I think I might, just for jollies, go away. take a drive across the river. Kind of want to see what the storm looks like. So let's go look for a little drive across the bridge, Max Brewer Bridge. From Pennsylvania, welcome. Welcome, Bill. It's always interesting. I feel like I pull a lot of Europeans into these live streams. I think part of it might be time of day. I don't know. It's very interesting. But like my demographics, when I look back and see how live streams went, I get a lot of Europeans that come in here, which is great. I love it. It's just always been fascinating to me. All right, so we're gonna take a little trek across the river. Just to see if there's anything maybe happening here. Probably not, but we'll see. Iowa, that's where I came from. I'm in Florida now, but originally not originally, but my last stay was in Iowa for many, many years. Yeah, I want to take a little see, just to kind of get some visual to see if this had anything going for it up north. But it's just, there's so much outflow here, I don't think we're going to be able to do much. I think our fun is probably wrapped up with this storm at this point in time. Very rude speed bumps. Probably turn off these windshield wipers. Well, guys, I think we might be done here. Storm went pretty much all outflow and it's heading out over the ocean. Still feel sick. Sorry to hear that. Hi, Size McMike. Yeah, you're looking north right now, guys. This is Pearly. This is looking north here. Kind of a little west of north, but mainly looking north. There ain't a whole lot going on. These storms are all elevated, outflow dominant. wondering if we might get any weirdness happening with that sea breeze. I think the storm oceans didn't quite do it for me. That Sanford cell ain't gonna do anything, I don't think. It looks pretty dead. It's going into overworked air here. The sea breeze is trying to find it on a radar. I don't even know if I can right now. Yeah, hurricane season is coming. We'll definitely be chasing it here on the YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, feel free to give the video a like, guys. It really does help me out. Really do appreciate it. Or don't. If you don't want to, that's fine, too. But if you haven't done so already, hit that like button. Appreciate y'all. If you're new to the channel as well, feel free to subscribe. We do a lot of storm chasing and stuff like that. This is more kind of a test stream. We had some severe weather and strong storms in the area, but really I'm just trying to get all my cameras and everything, making sure the stream is going to be looking as good as possible come the real events. We might actually, early next week, might have some fun in Florida. It kind of looks like Monday, Tuesday, there's kind of a pretty good trough that ejects over Florida. Pretty decent little cold front, so watching early next week closely. Again, Monday, Tuesday. And then I'll be heading out west to the plains in mid-late May for some more organized severe weather on the plains. That's really the cream of storm chasing there, is the chasecation. And then, of course, anytime we have hurricanes and stuff, we'll be live here as well. So feel free to check that out and check out some of my other videos. A lot of tech videos, storm chasing videos, weather documentaries, a whole lot of fun stuff here. If you're new to the channel, so thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, guys. And yeah, with that, I am going to wrap this up. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is where you are right now.